All right, coming up on October 5th and 6th in Cincinnati is the return of the Hazard Zone Conference. We're bringing it back after a 5-year hiatus. What can we expect at this conference this year, and how do we register? Who's going to be there? What's going on with it, guys?
Cincinnati, Ohio, it's Sharonville Convention Center. It's like 15 minutes from Greater Cincinnati Airport, so you can get in and out of there pretty quick. We got a really good lineup right now, about 18 different presenters. So over 2 days, somebody would see 8 or 10 classes. You're not gonna be able to see everything that's there. So we'll have Nick and Terry are going to be there, talking about the project that they're working on, and Nick will expand on that in a minute. We'll have the safety demonstration going on with the safety prop and flow path identification. We're going to talk a bit about all 3 levels of accountability. What does that really look like? The whole new strategic IC worksheet, which really isn't new, it's just a refined version, and how do we really tie all 3 levels of accountability together? Jeff King, our curriculum development person's going to talk about some curriculum updates and grants, and what does that look like. We're going to have Tom Laycamp, retired ops chief from the Cincinnati Fire Department. He's going to talk a bit about the Fifth Third Bank shooting that they had. He's now the fire chief in the city of Fairfield in the next county over. He couldn't let it go, so he's connected back to the fire department. Chief Lieb from FDNY is going to be there, just talking about that we can still be aggressive, but we can and be safe at the same time. So what does that look like? So really just being intelligently aggressive, being smart, making good decisions, not just doing something just because it's not a recreational activity. Steve Lester from Cobb County is going to be there, just talking about some of the events and what's going on in Cobb County with their Blue Card program. And by then, actually next month, I think their command training center will be open. So he's just going to talk about that, what that looks like. Murray Laughlin, retired battalion chief from Virginia Beach, going to talk about NFPA 1500 and NFPA 1561, the command standard, and kind of where that started. He was part of it in the very beginning with Chief Bernasini. Dan from UL is going to be there, taking science to the street, just making good decisions based off of like the known science and what's going on and the current state of that. We'll have Eric Phillips. He's a captain at Las Vegas there. We're working on this whole after action reporting project, which will launch in October, like full scale there. So departments can really do performance evaluation of their incidents. What does it really look like? And it's going to be a tool package that people can use. Shane Ray, who we've had at the big box workshops, and we got several of those still scheduled throughout the year, and there's some open seats in the May class here in Phoenix. But Shane's going to talk about some of the big building issues that are going on, and they're building more and more big buildings that have sprinkler systems in it, and what the fire department should really do, and what's it look like when it goes good, and what's it look like when it goes bad, and what's that responsibility look like. Chief Schabel, longtime Blue Card instructor, is going to go over like really getting the most out of your simulations. How can you like inject little radio reports or statements into any simulation that we have, just to change it up. No different than when we run Maydays. We use that L-shaped commercial building or the Lowe's or any of them. The whole simulation changes when you say Mayday, Mayday, Mayday. So just setting it up right, and how do you change that up? So he's gonna just share how do you take the simulations that we have and turn 50 really into 1,500 if you wanted to, like one statement. Once people are certified, oh, now we got a water supply problem, and it's not like you're screwing with anybody. It's real things that happen, and how does that change the simulation, and how does the strategic IC still continue to make decisions? Chris Stewart is going to talk about the project that himself and Grant Light, lieutenant from Cincinnati, and a few other folks are working on, about how do you apply the strategic decision-making model to rescue incidents for first due officers. So it kind of mimics the hazmat program, but it's about TRT, everything from moving water to ice rescue to, if your fire department flies a helicopter and you do, stuff off the side of a helicopter, it's going to have 26 different modules, and they're all going to be CEs. It's not a certification, it's going to be CE. So just talking about how does the strategic decision-making model apply to to rescue incidents. And then we'll have Alan Walls there. He's going to talk about the Squirrel's Nest fire in Colerain Township, double line of duty death. How it changed their fire department, what they've done since that event. Rich Merritt and the crew from Digital Combustion is going to be there just to go over the latest with digital combustion and how can you use all of their tools to, make your own simulations or tweak simulations or just do, some basic things. And then we got a few other folks that we're still 7 months away that we're likely going to tie in with. We're just waiting on their availability because they're very busy people that are just making sure that their schedule lines up. So, yeah, that's what it's going to look like. That's kind of what's going on there. We're looking forward to it. I think a lot of information. We're trying to hit on all the things that are current. And if something happens between now and then, and we can plug somebody in that knows about it, we're going to do that because we want to bring the latest to the people who are there, not just beating the same old drum over the same old things.
Up-to-date stuff. What are you and Terry working on? Because this is the rollout of this leadership program you're working with.
Yeah. We ended up with a bunch of boxes that my dad left us, and they were all full of leadership content. So if you look at the stuff he's developed, you start with customer service probably, and then move on to A&P, and then there was no-brainer management and boss behaviors. So he began his career with the firefighting and doing fire command and all of that, and then customer service was an epiphany for him. And then he figured out, okay, this is really kind of where this goes. So he was always trying to wrap his mind around the human management piece of it. So I joined the fire department. We go down the path, the whole thing. We ended up making a CTC. Well, his goal at the end of his career is he says, okay, we got this for strategy and tactics. I need a management training center for the leadership and officer development piece of it, of dealing with people and the customer, essentially. So he had all this content. Well, we got it, and then when Garrison retired here a few months ago, I took all those boxes, made an office for him, and said, please do something with this. We got to distill it somehow. So he's been working on that, and he kind of figured out, okay, this is where this goes. And so he laid it out, and we've got it into 8 different presentations or chapters, if you will. So once this is going to end up being a book, it's going to be it'll be training presentations, and then ultimately maybe an online piece of it. I don't know. We'll see where it takes us. But right now, it will all be, by October, the 8 presentations will be done. We'll be able to teach. Those 8 presentations will probably represent, in real life, a 2-year college program, if somebody took it and did that with it. But we're going to do it more B-Shifter-like, and it'll be content we screw around with. It's going to keep the two of us busy for the next 10 years or so, I figure out. You guys you're running Blue Card now, which is good. Josh is taking over as kind of the operations director of the whole Blue Card stratosphere. So, and that's really kind of why this conference got put in place. It's been 5 years since we did the last one, and the last one Josh put on. So it's just kind of a natural thing. We're picking it back up and doing it again. So that's kind of the way Blue Card's been going here the last couple of years, and we're marching forward into the sunshine.
Excellent.
In Cincinnati, Ohio in October.
Now, if you register now, you're going to save $100. You get a free Blue Card subscription that's transferable to anybody within your organization, so you can save some money that way. Plus, there's lunch involved. We'll have a social hour on Thursday night. So, a little more than an hour, but social time on Thursday night for everyone to get together, because we know people like networking. It's fun to be around like-minded or like fire departments. You can figure out how they're doing things and share information with one another. We love to do that in the fire service. So we'll have all those opportunities for you. If you want to register, we go to bshifter.com. Right on the front page, there's a conference button. Hit the conference button. It'll take you there to register.
Yeah, and on that registration page, there's links on there for reduced rate of hotels at the conference center. So that's just another piece of it that you can connect all those dots, and then we'll have information on other things to do around Cincinnati. So it's a Thursday, Friday, so there's some plenty of people who are already signed up. We got 200 and some people, I think, signed up now that are taking advantage of, you know, money that they had left over or whatever. We're still 7 months away. And some of it's they're going to spend the weekend and go to the fire, you know, museum and, you know, visit other things that are going on there or whatever. So, yeah, we're looking forward to it. And like everything we do at Blue Card, we're not afraid to change something. So if something happens or there's something going on out there and you want to see it at the conference, reach out to me too. And if we can plug it in, we'll plug it in.
All right, we'll see you guys in Cincinnati. It's going to be a great conference, and if you want more information, you can contact us. If not, get signed up so you're sure to get a spot, get your hotel reservations in, and see you in Cincinnati.
Cincinnati chili and Grater's ice cream.
I got one other thing on it. So FDIC, we're going to be at FDIC. We're right in the main hallway. And if you come to the booth at FDIC, we're going to have a deal on conference registration, and that will be that'll be the last opportunity to get the reduced rate to attend the conference, because it will go up after that.
All right, and on social media, we'll share with everybody where we are at FDIC too, so you'll know our booth number when you come on down. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram, and you'll find out where we are. All right, thanks. Looking forward to the Hazard Zone Conference 2023.